This isn't the Bureau's first time in Bright Falls. 1970, 76, 8. Last one was in 2010. It's not exactly clockwork, but this town sees way more altered world events than most. We knew it was just a matter of time before the lake acted up again.
DLC, the bane of every gamer's existence, and I mean that respectfully. There's been some very very good DLCs in the past. One that comes to mind is Freedom Cry from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. There's tons of others. Frozen Wilds and Horizon, Burning Shores and Horizon, tons, right? But you never really know what you're gonna get with DLCs. That's why I kind of wait on buying like season passes and things until I know more about what I'm gonna be getting into. But being such a big Remedy and Alan Wake fan, I went ahead and I got the deluxe edition of this game at launch without knowing anything really of what the DLCs were going to be. And the first one was Night Springs. It was cool, a lot different than I expected. It was more of like a Twilight Zone spin-off like thing, Night Springs. So with this one, we get actually like a proper extra chapter, and from what I can tell, it takes place like during and maybe a little bit before and during the events of Alan Wake 2. Except this time we're playing as FBC agent Kieran Estevez, which is a great character. She's in the original. She's more of like a police officer for the FBC. She doesn't really care about the research and the experiments. She cares about is containing anomalies, right? Great character, well written, and it's cool that we've been able to play as Saga, Alan, Tim Breaker, aka Iceman, Jesse, which was awesome, and Rose from the diner. So, and now Karen. So, I don't know. I was kind of hoping personally that we played as Alan in this one, but he does have a presence in here. I won't spoil anything, but he's throughout. He's referenced throughout. He's definitely has a presence in this game, and so the premise is there's an area in, I don't know if you remember, but in Alan Wake 2 there's an area that's like blocked off. If you activate the intercom, it's locked and you never actually get to go back there, and that's where this DLC takes place. So she's lost contact with this research facility called the Lake House, and she's going there to investigate, and she finds some crazy things going on, of course, in true Alan Wake fashion, and it's her job to fix it and get it under control. And speaking of control, I was pleasantly surprised by this. There's your new enemy type there, which I won't go too much into because it is kind of spoilery. Like, I'm going to keep all the spoilers out for the sake of the review. But what this expansion felt like to me was a mixture of Control and Alan Wake 2. And I say that with the utmost respect because I love both games and I love how they're shared universe. But it felt like the gameplay of Alan Wake 2 inside a world or map, if you will, a facility from straight out of Control. Right? There's no outdoor areas. It all takes place within this facility. There's multiple floors. You got your map to kind of guide you to where to go. And if you ever played Control, you know that the oldest house is not what it seems to be. It can shift. It can change. You could go into a room, turn around, come out of elevator, go into a room, turn around, the elevator is gone. So for Control fans, I think you're really going to enjoy this. And for Alan Wake fans too, you're really going to enjoy it. It's pretty short. I think it took me just under 4 hours, but a lot of that was to do with the puzzles. It's heavily puzzle based. So instead of like a mind place, like where you have to figure out the like clues and stuff, which I was kind of hoping that would return in this DLC. But you got a lot of puzzles and ways to get key cards to access the different levels. So some of them are pretty tough and pretty creative. They're mainly due to like accessing computers to get, you know, the next key card available or whatever. But here you have the combat is mixed between, well, it's basically straight out of, you know, Alan Wake 2. You got your shadow enemies, the Taken or whatever you want to call them. And then you have the one new enemy type, which they come out of the paintings. This place is they're researching an artist, so it's heavily art influenced, which is cool, kind of different. Here you got your heavy, and it has a very good story and into the story, but it also leaves more questions than answers to the overall story arc of Control and Alan Wake 2. And that's a little disappointing for me, because now, how long is it going to be before we get Control 2, or even, are we even going to get an Alan Wake 3? I'm sure we will, but how long do we have to wait now before we see all these things come to fruition? And I know we're getting FBC Firebreak, which actually took me by surprise, and I'm looking forward to it. It looks really fun, and it being on Game Pass and PS Plus the day one is even better. So we got more Remedy, you know, universe stuff coming, and they could, who knows, this might not be the last DLC for Alan Wake, but it was one of two that were planned. You know, take it with a grain of salt, but they might surprise us and give us one last kind of final chapter. But yeah, I mean, overall, I would say this is definitely worth playing, especially if you got the deluxe edition or skipped out on it, and now you can get the deluxe upgrade, which would give you access to Night Springs as well, which is very cool. Like, if you're a big fan, or even, you know, just somewhat of a fan, I think both the DLCs are definitely worth playing. The combat is just as fun as it is in the main game in this one here. And you do get a new weapon, which I will not spoil because it's very, very cool. And there is a boss battle at the end that's really good. So it definitely has all the vibes of Alan Wake 2, but it has a lot of Control vibes as well, and they blend very, very well. So I can't wait to see what Remedy's cooking up next for Control 2. I just can't get enough of this series since the original Alan Wake, and now that they're connected, I couldn't be more happy. Now, what we really need is Quantum Break to kind of like be included. I think that's a forgotten gem in Remedy's repertoire. And let's see what they do with the Max Payne remakes. Are they going to connect those? I don't know. I'm not expecting it, but we'll see. So that was just a quick full review of the Lake House for Alan Wake 2. Consider leaving a like. Comments are always more than appreciated. And if you're new and you like what I'm doing here, consider subscribing. Thank you guys very much, and see you guys on the next video. Applerski out.